Now, this week, Campbelltown in Sydney's southwest joined the list of local government areas subjected to an authorised workers order, with only authorised workers now allowed to leave the LGA for work.
Additional restrictions are also in place, including limits on shopping and exercise within 5 kilometres of home, and masks are now compulsory outside. We can speak now to the Mayor of Campbelltown, George Brticevic, who joins us now. Welcome, George. It's great to have you on the program. Now, Campbelltown's been included in these LGAs this week. How have the first few days gone?
Yes, thanks for having me. I suppose it's been a little bit complex with the health orders. People are trying to work out, can they go to work? Can they exercise? Can they see loved ones? So I suppose we'll be a little bit surprised to be added, but obviously we don't have the data, and New South Wales Health are the experts, so we accept that. So it's just a matter of working through where people stand in the community. I've had many people contact me through Facebook or email, concerned or trying to work out things. So, we always refer them back to the experts, New South Wales Health.
Yeah, how has the community reacted? What have people been telling you?
Well, I think in terms of, some people were worried about having their Year 12 student vaccinated, going back to school. Was it compulsory? Was it encouraged? Also, in terms of exercise, one person contacted me saying they're asthmatic, but they love jogging and it's been really beneficial to their health. Do they have to wear a mask? And if you're doing vigorous exercise, then you don't have to wear a mask. But what we do have in Campbelltown is lots of open space and recreational spaces. So there are plenty of places to exercise within 5 kilometres of everyone's residence.
So you've been fielding some calls from people, but obviously you can't speak to everyone in Campbelltown. Has the messaging of the restrictions that are in place been getting through to people?
Yes, I think in terms of the mask, wearing the mask outside, 99.9% of people were doing that anyway. So that has been accepted automatically. In relation to, people that are in relationships, can they visit each other? I think once that's made clear, then people are a bit more accepting. And also, I think the singles bubbles is a great idea for those that live alone. Mm-hmm. So in terms of people are navigating through it, and I think the community will work together and get through this next month or so.
New South Wales Police has enlisted the help and assistance of the Australian Defence Force to help with enforcing compliance for these restrictions. Have you seen the ADF present on the streets in Campbelltown, and what's been the reaction to that?
Well, they haven't been seen, or at least I haven't seen them. We do occasionally see the Black Hawks because we're not too far from Holsworthy, but so far we haven't seen any ADF personnel on the streets of Campbelltown. But saying that, they're here to help, and also we've got a great history with previously having Ingleburn Army Barracks and Holsworthy nearby, so it wouldn't shock people to see some Army personnel on the ground. So we thank our Australian Defence Force personnel for getting involved. So I think it's fantastic.
Is that the sentiment that's shared amongst your community?
Yeah, we've got a great military history, veteran associations. We come out in droves for Anzac Day and Remembrance Day, so I don't envisage a problem, and no one's made a problem to myself.
That's good to hear. There have been concerns raised about potentially some refugees in the area in the southwest who have come from war-torn countries, come from a past where the Defence Force is not necessarily a friendly face to see. Have you heard of those concerns as well?
Yeah, I've heard it in neighbouring Fairfield. I think I heard Diley last night. But in terms of we've got different demographics here, it's probably more migration. We've got large subcontinent communities here, which we're trying to get the message to, because their communities or family ties are very close, and we're trying to tell them that if you do visit your family, you're actually risking their lives. And we're trying to get the message out, if you do have any mild symptoms, to get tested, and also if you're eligible and willing to do so, to get vaccinated for the entire community, but specifically also our subcontinent brothers and sisters.
The New South Wales Chief Health Officer yesterday did acknowledge that the majority of people were doing the right thing, that there was just a small number of people that were letting the team down in terms of compliance. Do you know what's causing that small number of people not to comply with these orders?
Yeah, it'd probably be a question for them because I've seen pretty much compliance all around Campbelltown. It hasn't been brought to my attention. I haven't seen any non-compliance. Our shops have put in practices to obviously with the QR codes, and if you do order takeaway, to stand outside, and also with the signs for masks and providing hand sanitizer. So what I've seen with our community, that the compliance has been fantastic, and I'm unaware of Campbelltown of any non-compliance.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So there's no issues with communication, with the messages not getting through, or people misunderstanding?
No, we're getting it out on social media, website, and any sort of radio or television interviews, getting the message out in terms of especially the mask wearing and social distancing and hand sanitising, but also that it's better for you to stay at home, and if you do go out for exercise, to do it in a safe way, and also to keep your distance. And as Dr. Kerry Chan, if you do see someone at the supermarket or out in the whilst you're walking, actually don't stop and have a chat. Just give them a wave and keep going, because this Delta strain is so transmissible. It's really dangerous.
Just finally, George, how's the vaccine rollout been going in your community?
Yeah, we're very fortunate that at Macquarie Fields, which is sort of north of the LGA, the government's opened up a vaccination hub. So that's fantastic. But we've also got some doctors and hopefully soon chemists, and also one of the private companies out using one of our halls, doing 1A and 1B workers, aged care. So people are very keen. Like when I've been to the doctors, taking family members, they're lined up, they've all got their number, waiting with bated breath to get their vaccine. So I think the rollout's going well, but I do encourage people that do have any concerns to speak to their GP and really do consider having the vaccination, because the opportunities here, especially with the vaccination hub at Macquarie Fields.
Well, George Brticevic, the Mayor of Campbelltown, all the best with the rest of the lockdown to you and your community. Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning.
Thank you, Joanna.